Hey there, thanks for tuning in to another episode of Sonia Space. This is your host, Sonia. And for today's episode, I'm really feeling this episode. And I feel like, especially for people who are in their late 20s, early 30s, they kind of come to this recognition of knowing when to do something or when to involve someone or how to go about things. And that all is related to protecting your energy. And I'm no guru. I'm no professional. I'm not a therapist or anything, but I know that your energy and the way you present yourself and the energy around you really matters, right? It does have a huge impact to everything, right? Like the energy that you're giving off, the energy that someone's giving off, or just even a place or a situation. I feel like there's clearly this sense of feeling or like this metaphysical thing that's happening where you're picking up vibes or you're picking up an emotion from people, from situations, from places, from things. And so for today, I want to talk about protecting your energy and where to take your energy into places that's good for you, that's good for your soul, your being. And this is just obviously like all my other episodes, just based off of personal experience, what I've experienced, what has worked for me. I'm really going to enjoy talking about today's episode. And I know a lot of you guys also wanted me to dive into this topic. So let's get into it. So what does protecting your energy mean? For me, it means that you're setting some sort of a boundary or a shield around you in terms of like mentally, emotionally, physically, in order to avoid negativity or bad vibes. Right? And then there's ways to go about it. You're basically, when you're protecting your energy, you're basically managing like who and what is exactly affecting you. And not only that, it all comes down to, and this is so important, just being intentional about things, being intentional about your time, being intentional about what you're saying and how you're showing up and regulating your emotions and ways to go about that as well, just so you don't feel drained or off balance. And what I've really learned from my personal experience over the last few years is that your energy should not be given to people, situations, and things freely. You really need to protect your energy because when you're not selective about how you are using your energy, you can feel overwhelmed, you can feel anxious, and you just also attract negative vibes in that sense too. So you just have to learn how to navigate through that and know what types of people and what situations and, certain places, whatever it may be, either bring down your energy or uplift your energy. And that requires you to really understand yourself and know what you're okay with and what you're not okay with. And that takes time. That requires self-reflection. But not only that, you just have this thing in you where you can just sense bad vibes, or you can just sense when something is not good for you, right? Like you have your green flags and your red flags, but you can pretty much sense it. Your body has a great way of telling you when something isn't for you. You just have to tune in. You just have to really be attuned with your body and listen to your body. It will tell you when something is not for you. All right, so let's go into ways that you can protect your energy, and this is just from my personal experience and things that have worked for me for the most part. The first thing you can do is set boundaries, right? So it's your energy, you have your energy, and the shield that you put around it is you setting boundaries for yourself. And again, setting boundaries is not easy. It takes time, especially if you're someone who is a people pleaser or used to be a people pleaser. It takes time to be able to set boundaries with people and even with yourself, right? Like knowing, hey, like this is not good for you. So it's really showing up for yourself. And when you're setting a boundary, you will feel guilty for saying no, but you have to move on from that guilt, right? Like you have to keep moving forward. You're going to feel guilty, but once you continue to say no to things that, or people that are not good for you or not good for your energy, you will be better about setting boundaries. So be able to be okay to say no, even without an explanation, right? It just depends on the situation. You don't want to be rude, but you can say no and be okay with that, right? Because a lot of times, think about a time where like you got invited somewhere you didn't really want to go, but you said yes and you still went, and then you felt like shit. And then you come home and then you're overthinking about the whole situation. Like I'm sure all of us have gone through this. Like be able to say no, because then you've avoided that whole situation and you're using that time and energy to do something that you want to do, right? Like rest up or do something else. So it's okay to say no. You need to learn how to protect your energy. And it starts with setting boundaries. And sometimes, you can't always say no to everything. It just kind of depends on the situation. But a great way to be able to overcome that is just limit your time and space with those people or things or situations, right? Like you just don't involve yourself as much. Like for instance, if you're at work and your work is a toxic workplace, just don't speak up at meetings as much, or don't have unnecessary conversations with coworkers as much. Like there's ways that you can limit your energy around people when you don't have a choice of saying no, right? Or you don't have a choice of like quitting the job. Saying no without guilt is really important, and also limiting your time with draining people or situations is also very important. The next thing I would say is be selective with your energy and who you're giving your attention to, right? So you need to know who will you give your time and focus to, and what you're putting your time and focus in. Are you going to spend that time on your phone scrolling through social media? I personally struggle with that, right? Like I'm literally doom scrolling, and I'm just like the doom scrolling, mindless scrolling on my phone. Or I can use that time to read a book that I've been wanting to read, or like watch a show that I like, or maybe like rest up and take a nap, or go do something else, right? That may be better for my energy and it would be better for my mental health, right? So you have to be really selective where you're putting your attention to. And also with people as well, right? Like you want to be very selective with the people around you. Like there's people that you want to give a decent amount of attention to, right? Like you want to have quality time with those people. You want to have intimate conversations with those people. And then there's some people you just want to have surface level conversations with and hangouts with, or whatever, maybe friendships. But other than that, it doesn't go past that. So you just have to learn to be selective with your time and energy for people and situations. And that also avoids being exposed to too much negativity or unnecessary vibes and toxicity from people and situations. Also keep in mind that in order to understand your level of energy and how it impacts the energy around you and vice versa, you have to be able to practice some grounding techniques to be able to understand yourself better. And like I mentioned earlier, being able to self-reflect and really do a deep dive in understanding, who you are and what you require in life with people, things, and situations is really helpful for your energy and protecting your energy. So do things where you're practicing some grounding techniques. So for instance, for me, I sometimes just like to sit in a space of complete quietness and just go through my thoughts and just, it's kind of like a way of meditating, right? Like just do some breath work, reflect on my day and how something or someone has made me feel. So it's a form of like meditation, right? So meditating, also going into places where you can refresh your mind, right? Be it like a church or like a mosque or like even spending time in nature. These things are really important because it helps you clear your mind and be more conscious of your thoughts, right? And the way that you're thinking and the way that you're feeling. And also just being mindful of everything that you're doing. I think that's so important. We forget to be intentional about what we're saying and what we're doing and how we're exposing ourselves to people, places, and situations. So being mindful and being intentional about what you're doing, the things that you're saying, or how you're putting yourself in certain situations, it's a great way to learn how to protect your energy. There's also ways that you can change your physical environment or have your physical environment be a certain way in order to create a peaceful space, right? And that way it's also really good for your personal energy. And having a calm and clutter-free space is really good for your energy levels, right? You're also protecting your energy in that sense because you're finding ways to calm your body and calm your headspace and create a space to basically revitalize your energy as well. For me personally, I'm all about minimalism. I don't like too much decor. I'm all about feng shui. I'm all about like having a zen-like space. It's kind of like going to a resort or a spa. There's a reason why it's set up that way is because it wants customers to feel good and calm. So why don't you create a similar like space for yourself in the house? Like I literally cannot function if my house is unorganized. Like I can't stand clutter. I shouldn't really say that because now that I have a baby, there's going to be toys everywhere. But for the most part, I like my house to be very clean, very organized. It's kind of like as if no one lives here, right? Like I want my space to be very neat, very tidy. I literally organize. Like I have a morning routine. I literally clean every morning before I start my day because I just feel like anything that I have going on in my head is basically cleared up. It's really important to have a peaceful space or a clutter-free or calm space so that way you can function at a high vibrational energy. And that's a great way to also protect your energy from any noise or anything that might overwhelm you or make you feel burnt out. Creating a peaceful environment and space around you is also really good for your energy levels and to protect your energy. The last thing I would like to add to this topic is what I've learned is don't ever underestimate the power of your gut, right? Like trusting your gut, trusting your intuition. And if something or someone is consistently giving you weird vibes or something is constantly feeling off, I think you should honor that. I think you should tune into that and accept that, because your intuition is really part of your energetic defense system. Think about it like this, right? Like I mentioned earlier, your body has a way of telling you when something is not right. Like even if your mind or your heart hasn't caught up to it, your body will tell you something is off, right? Like if you're feeling really anxious around in a situation, right? Or you just feel down, or you feel sad, or you feel angry, or you feel jealous, whatever it is, right? Like around someone or in a situation, or if you're in a situation that's making you overthink, it's a way for you to know, hey, something is off, something is not right. Your intuition does a really good job in letting you know. I can't even count the amount of times that my intuition has saved me from so many problems. And the only way that you can be successful in trusting your gut and trusting intuition is knowing the difference between I'm really overthinking this, or I'm in my head, versus, it's my intuition, it's my gut, right? Like it all starts off with, again, knowing yourself, being able to protect your energy, being really mindful. I think it helps you better navigate your gut feelings and your intuition. And it's a way to really protect you. And there's times where I'm just like, something just feels off and I feel like this happened. I'm tracking patterns, or something is consistently feeling off for me, then I would just remove myself from the situation, or remove myself from being around that person, or distance myself. And the way I can tell that me listening to my gut or my intuition has worked is if I automatically start to feel better, right? Like I start to feel better about my decision, and as time goes on, it gives me that reassurance that I feel like I made a great decision. And when you practice that and you keep doing that, over and over again, you become really good at trusting your gut and trusting your intuition. So yes, I think being able to trust your gut and following your intuition is really, really pertinent to be able to protect your energy. So remember, in order to protect your energy, it's okay to cancel a commitment. It's okay to not answer a call. It's okay to change your mind. It's okay to want to be alone. It's okay to take a day off. It's okay to do nothing. It's okay to rest. It's okay to speak your mind. It's okay to stay quiet. It's okay to let go. It's okay to do the things that feel right. And it's okay to be able to do anything and be willing to protect your energy.